Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, honoured guest. It's a privilege for me to be back in the club after a year's absence, for those of you that know me from before. And what a delight to be instructed immediately on the from the one person I would take it from, so there we go. I'm going to say that it was also a pleasure to watch the exquisite pain table topics. Jill introduced the topic as being a story that she would start, and then it had to be carried on by the various victims. She had certain instructions. It had to be coherent. What the speakers presented had to be coherent. It had to be flamboyant if possible, and they had to stop mid-sentence to give the opportunity to the next speaker to take over in, hopefully, a coherent way. I'm aware that one should commend, recommend, and then commend as a way of evaluating performances. I have to say, with these short performances, I'm going to be a little bit general, but I will do my best. Bobby had the unenviable task of opening the competition, and I thought Bobby did extremely well to get going. He hit the ground running, he was talking, he wasn't frozen, wasn't rabbit in the headlights. And he started off with a pretty good joke, actually, about annual leave. I mean, you do need to think in your feet when someone says, look, it's a normal day at the office, then, what's happened? And actually it wasn't. I was actually on annual leave. That was what made it such a special day. I mean, Bobby did very well. I mean, it's easy to enjoy, and difficult really to it would be, he made it look much easier than it actually is to get the thing going. But we took 27 seconds for his speech, which is a little short. It's quite understandable, especially if you're not too experienced, and also you're having to start, so the nerves might get the better of you. But I thought it was a smooth, an enthusiastic presentation, handled very well. And I've got some scoring here. I've got for coherence 4, flamboyance 4, and SMS, which is stop mid-sentence, not text. SMS, I've got a tick. So well done to Bobby, who handed over to David. And David has this lovely, relaxed way about him. He sort of took over. There obviously wasn't any stumbling. I'm going to say, David, I'm having a bit of trouble remembering all the details of what everyone said, but I put down here great padding. Great. I think what's not in it's not in this. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the contribution. You picked on this idea of sleep and just kept coming back to it and back to it and back to it, and then after you thought there was about a minute, stopped. So I thought it was entertaining as always, but I wasn't sure that there was quite so much coherence as in the previous speakers. So I'll give them coherence 3, flamboyance 5, always flamboyance, and you did SMS, achieved the SMS at 63 seconds. Handing over to Coralie. Coralie managed to, I mean, there are impossible links, but you had an impossible. How did you manage to get to coconuts from where David? I really don't know, but you did, and you did it without seeming to be ridiculous or in any way incredible. So very well done there. And then you changed. Coralie changed mid-speech to another topic that I've written down. I did notice the change. The other thing that Coralie does, it can happen, something I've come to know before, is she leans into the audience to engage you, to bring you in, and I think that can be quite effective, even if you're giving away the reading. So leaning into the audience, it gathers people in. Then we went on to Tony. Tony, well done. Great stage presence. You got it up here like a total pro. You knew what you were going to do. You were going to present it. You presented it in a way that was totally credible, with great body language. I mean, some people have that. You have that. You actually have lots and lots of stage presence. You were wide awake, or were you dreaming? It was kind of surreal, and you ended up with this, what I thought was like a surreal boundary when you handed over to the final speaker. I thought you had the best command of the stage, and very good meter to the way you spoke, so very well done. And finally on to Elliot. Elliot somehow managed to get from where Tony had been to albatrosses or albatross. I'm not sure albatross, whatever they are. I don't think an albatross is a coloured bird, and I don't think it would be hopping around on the ground, but I'll set that aside because the whole situation was so ridiculous and out of any kind of realistic context that can be excused. I've got for your for Elliot's coherence, I've got a score of 4 for that, and flamboyance, and of course stop and sentence wasn't necessary because Elliot was the last speaker. The dream state was well explained. I thought, if anything, Elliot had a slightly closed presentation style. It's not in any way a criticism, it's a comment. You can be as open as you like. I suffer with some sort of rigidity at times, but it's perfectly okay to do anything like that. And that's the only suggestion.